fleet. We've been sailing these waters for over 100 years, so prepare yourselves for an adventure. On our cruise today, I'll be telling you about my hometown, San Francisco. It was voted the #1 tourist destination in America. Look around and you'll know why. I want to remind you of a few safety tips. Remember, today is about relaxing and having fun, so please slow down, walk, don't run, and use the handrails, especially on stairways. Keep your little ones in sight and remind them not to stand on the benches or sit on the backs. When you're out on the deck, please don't lean over the boat's railing. Life jackets are located under labeled benches on the passenger decks. San Francisco became a boomtown almost overnight. A rough and tumble district of warehouses, shanties, and saloons sprang up along here. Stories tell of how in some of those saloons, an unsuspecting sailor might be served a Biggie Thin, a strong drink that would knock him out cold. Then he'd be shanghaied onto a merchant ship. When he woke up, he was forced to work, whether he liked it or not. It was a long time before he would see land again. But that didn't keep the crowds away. Even back then, San Francisco was known as a place to let loose and have some fun. Whenever a ship dropped anchor, the sailors would make a beeline to the wharf to indulge in some of the delights of the city. Drinking, gambling, and the company of, shall we say, companionable women. As we round the bend, take a look at the ships docked here at the Hyde Street Pier. Find the ship with the 3 tall masts. That's the Balclutha. It was built in Scotland in 1886. In her day, the Balclutha sailed the very long and very dangerous trip around Cape Horn at the tip of South America, across the Atlantic Ocean to England and back. In the 1930s, she was retired and brought here to the Hyde Street Pier. But the Balclutha still sees some action now and then. In fact, she had a starring role in the film Beauty on the Mountain, along with Marlon Brando.
So you guys should sit down.
Now find the big white ferry boat docked next to the Balclutha. It has a black smokestack. That's the Eureka, once the largest ferry boat in the world. In the 1890s, long before the Golden Gate Bay bridges were built, the Eureka ferried people, cattle, and even a few train cars across the bay.
Dad, do selfie. Yeah, now it's it.
Look up the hill behind the breaker. Find the long red brick building. It has a large white sign. That's Ghirardelli Square, in business since 1893. If you like chocolate as much as I do, that makes it hard, you'll have to visit Ghirardelli Square. It once housed a factory that churned out every kind of chocolate you can imagine, and some you haven't thought of yet. Today, however, the factory has been converted into luxury condos, but you can still enjoy some delicious chocolate treats at the Ghirardelli shop. The rest of the square is fun too. It's full of stores and restaurants that offer more delicious treats. part about it? Unlike a lot of San Francisco, it's relatively flat. That's because it was once part of the bay. This area was created by a landfill project in 1915. Panama Pacific International Exposition. In the eyes of the world, the Panama Pacific Exposition was staged to celebrate the completion of the Panama Canal. San Franciscans were celebrating an even more important event, the rebirth of their city after the devastating earthquake of 1906. It was the largest quake ever on the Richter scale. As buildings toppled and immense fire broke out, it swept
say now we're close to the distance, so but the one way far, it be like say your face no bright.